Seeing eating meat in a dream. Seeing eating meat in a dream is one of the common and well-known visions of many people, as it expresses many connotations, including good and bad. But each interpretation differs according to each person's vision, so we will explain in this video the interpretation of seeing eating meat in a dream. Interpretation of seeing meat in a dream by Sirin. If a person sees in a dream that he is eating meat, this is a sign that he is earning a lot of money, and that he cares more about this world than the afterlife. Ibn Sirin also says that if you see meat in a dream, this will be a sign of the goodness, blessing, and wide sustenance that the dreamer will obtain in his next life, God willing. In addition, this vision may indicate a decent and stable life, and that he earns a lot of money from his work. Ibn Sirin also explains that in the event of seeing meat, this is an indication of a near illness and evidence of the existence of a group of problems in the dreamer's life, but they will be resolved soon, God willing. The vision can also indicate all the good qualities of the dreamer, which change to be reprehensible. This vision also expresses the great ambitions that the dreamer can only achieve through diligent work. And if someone sees meat in a dream, this indicates that the subconscious mind gives a signal to the body that it wants to eat proteins. Or it could be the result of the dreamer thinking about healthy food, and God is all-knowing. Interpretation of a dream about eating meat in a dream. If a person sees in a dream that he is eating snake meat, this is a sign that he will conquer his enemies and get their money. Also, if a person sees in a dream that he is eating lamb, it is a sign that the dreaming person will get an inheritance soon, God willing. Or he will get some money without making any effort. Especially if he saw in a dream that he eats the meat of a lion. This is a good sign because it indicates his great position in society and his high status in society. And if a person sees in a dream that he is eating fresh fish meat, this was a sign that God Almighty will grant him a halal sustenance, but he must be patient and dedicate to his work. Likewise, if a person sees in a dream that he is eating the meat of a bird, this is a sign that he will travel to earn halal money. And if someone sees in a dream that he is eating camel meat, this is a sign that a person will gain money from his enemies. In the case of a person seeing himself eating camel meat, this was a sign that the dreaming person is suffering from a disease, but he will be cured of it, God willing. And if the dreamer ate the meat of a rare bird in his sleep, this was a sign that he was going to get the ample sustenance after he had struggled to get it. Eating cooked meat in a dream. Sirin says that in the case of eating cooked meat in a dream, and if it is lamb, this is a sign that the dreamer will meet someone dear to him that he has not met for a long time. If a person sees in a dream that he is eating cooked meat, this is a sign of goodness, blessing, and abundant sustenance, and God is higher and knows best. Likewise, if a person sees in a dream that he is eating cooked meat, and it tastes delicious, this is a sign that God will bless him with a lot of money, God willing. And if he saw in his dream that he was eating roasted meat, and it was of the bovine type, this is a sign that God will save him from the sadness and anxiety that he has been suffering from for a while. Also, if a person sees in a dream that he is eating cooked meat, this is a sign that he is a master at life, and he is trying everything in life. Likewise, if he sees in his dream that he is eating cooked meat with a sheik from among the elders, and he has a need, the vision is a sign of his need. And if a person sees in a dream that he is eating cooked meat from a horse or horse, this is a sign of dignity, pride, and authority. As for seeing oneself eating mule meat, a sign of losing contact with or ending relationships, and so on. Interpretation of a dream about flat meat. If a person sees in a dream that he is eating cooked beef, this was a sign that the dreamer had missed a lot of opportunities in his life. As a result of his suffering from a period of loss and great loss, but he has regained these opportunities again. And if someone sees a flat meat in his sleep, this is a sign that the dreaming person will go through a difficult period, and he should beware of this period. But if he sees in a dream that he is eating flat meat, this is a sign that he is making the wrong decisions in his life, and that he is on the wrong path, and God is higher and knows best. But if he sees in a dream that he eats soft meat, this was a sign of the end of life, and God knows best. Interpretation of a dream about buying meat from the butcher. If a man sees in his dream that he is buying meat from the butcher, this is a sign that the dreamer will face many problems in his life. So he has to be patient and think carefully before acting. And if a person sees in a dream that he is buying human meat, this was a sign that he is eating for money that is not his, or taking rights that are not his right, and God is higher and knows best. And if a person sees in a dream that he is buying meat, this is a sign that the dreamer is causing a lot of trouble and putting himself in misfortune. And if a person sees in his dream that he is buying cooked or slaughtered meat from the butcher, this is a sign of success and blessing in his life. In the case of a person seeing himself buying unripe meat, this is a sign that he is dealing with people who are not good and have a bad reputation. And if a person sees in his dream that he is buying meat from an unknown butcher, this is a bad and unpleasant sign, as it indicates that the dreamer will fall into evil. And he is exposed to many problems and crises in his life, and God is higher and knows best. Interpretation of the vision of eating red meat with the intention of Ben Shaheen. Ben Shaheen believes that if you see raw camel meat, this is a sign that the dreamer will get a lot of money from an enemy from his enemies. And if he sees in a dream that he eats camel meat, this was a sign that he would receive a benefit from Sultan, and God knows best. Thus, we have come to the conclusion of the video, knowing that each interpretation differs from the other due to the different visions and the different social status of each individual. So, we hope that we have mentioned all the details of this vision.